Outnumbered, under heavy fire, the mouse tank she endures. You cannot defeat me with your puny weapons. Officially, historically, the mouse tank was conceived as a super heavy breakthrough tank. However, recent studies have found that it was actually used in the field as a janitor. Come on, Hans, let's push this trash out of here. Welcome back to War Thunder, guys, and first off, shout out to Oaifu. I had a nice time talking with you last night. It's always fun to meet new people in the game. You know, one of the reasons I play this game is to make new friends. Once a mouse, she makes lots of new friends, yeah. Obviously, we're playing the mouse. This is a stock tank for me. I'm just researching parts, so hooray. You're going to see later in the match why I wish that FPE came with the mouse, but maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Not a difficult thing to do in this battle wagon. Not the best top speed, but you know, you just can't complain when you're piloting something like this. It truly is just an absolute exotic beast. I want to see more super heavy tanks in the game, honestly. I've heard that, you know, there were designs for some Japanese ridiculous super heavy tanks, and I would have no problem with seeing those put into the game. Now, unlike a lot of my other videos, I'm not going to cut straight to the action because on a small map like this, the mouse is able to get into the fray in a reasonable amount of time, and this is my first impressions of the tank. I've only taken a few matches in this one. Yeah? Are you enjoying that, Guppy? Oh, yeah. Do you find... Oh, I'm going to take that. Here, get... Okay, plastic retrieved. Where did you get that? Anyway, babies and finding things they're not supposed to find. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the mouse. The mouse tank is a lot like an 8-month-old baby girl. It doesn't get around really quickly, but when it gets into things, it can cause a lot of trouble. Very quickly. Obviously the key feature of this tank is its heavy armor, and this should not be, I mean, seriously, shame on you if this is your first mouse video that you've watched. All of you should be in love with the mouse by now. Look, my fans have arrived ahead of me. Ja, guten Tag, mein Herren und Damen. Blessings to you all from the Krupp-Steel monster. And to our left, of course, we have a post-war leopard. Acting like a leopard should never act. There's no reason to have your tank sitting around a corner like that when you can use third-person view to peek around the corner without exposing yourself. At least, that's the humble opinion of this super heavy tank operator. When you have a mouse on your team to do the heavy lifting, just go ahead and stay out of the way, and he will open up opportunities for you. It would be fantastic if I had smoke shells in this thing, but again, we're stock. Take a quick shot at the IS-6, knowing that I have backup, so just opening up on him is a good way to start the match. Put a little pressure on, make him feel like he needs to maneuver, and that's exactly what he's doing. He goes for a side shot, which would be a kill on me, but we're just about to reload the main gun, so let's see if we can get one through his adjusted turret, and oh, it goes right through. Into the breach, dear friend, exploding much of his turret crew and taking out the cannon breach. Now recently, cannon breaches were all adjusted to have a effective 300mm I guess presence as an armor equivalent inside the vehicle. Put one to the side of the cupola and take him down, just like Napalmarata told me to. You know, I really rely on his gameplay with the mouse and E100 heavily for my yeah, babe, Guppy. Did you need something? Shoes. Those are very cute shoes. I think you're adorable. You want a snacky? Hold on, guys. Okay, yeah, you guys can probably hear my #1 fan in the background there. She's standing right next to me. There's this little, like, so normally people have a baby gate, and obviously we're not talking about tanks anymore, are we? Just watch me kill this IS-6. Have fun. Normally there's, I guess I didn't kill him, but Super Pershing, you're next on the list. Oh man, that side shot goes right through his side armor, no problems. So normally people set up baby gates to like keep the baby out of certain areas, but the way my living room is set up, is there's just these few places where it's not safe for the baby to be, right? Not safe for my sanity, because she would grab all the little things and just, you know, paw them. Tea kettle down. But what I've ended up with is I'm surrounded by baby gates, like I'm some kind of prisoner here in my recording area, and she's free to roam. But then what does she do? She's my girl, right? So instead of exploring the living room where she has all kinds of fun toys and things for her, she stands right next to me and she reaches her little hand as close to the side of the baby gate where I am as possible, and then she lets me know that she wants my attention. And that's pretty much what an IS-6 does in this match. They get as close to you as possible, and they wag their little tail and like, notice me. And you know what? Sometimes then I notice them and give them 128 millimeters of affection. So you see that shot into our rear went into the engine compartment. I think it was from the rear. I still don't know where that shot came from. And we are on fire. Having brought no extinguishers today, I suppose there just wasn't room for them in the vehicle. We burn out. Not a bad run in the mouse, especially for a stock tank. Now we're taking out the Narwhal because I absolutely love this plane. I considered taking out the Leopard, but I very much like that tank. I just wanted some time in the Narwhal. And once again, my custom skin is gone because every time there's any change to the game, all of my user skins get replaced with the default. So I have to go through every time and reassign user skins, and it just happens that this one looks a little bit more appropriate for the pairing with the mouse. Yeah? Do you want another snacky? Hold on a second, guys. She's smiling at me. Okay, we're back. And as you can tell, we're being a little candid here with this one. I'm not recording this in the middle of the night, so I can actually talk. And, well, there's a little talker right next to me that's also expressing her opinion. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but sorry, I'm also running dishes in the background because I'm an awesome husband. The house is actually kind of a mess. But back to the match, right? We're having fun in the Narwhal, and there's really... It's something I've noticed about these higher tier matches is people rarely bring top tier aircraft into top tier or high tier matches. Maybe top tier, maybe that's where all the elite players are hanging out right now, the MLG 360 no scopers. But for, you know, stay-at-home dads like me, the Narwhal is free to run, and I had a fighter on my tail. I got a few hits into my wing, which really messes with the handling of the ME-262, but I'm able to outspeed him, and I'm sort of interested in trying to get a kill here. I already had a great match, so wouldn't it be cool if I could just get a air-to-air kill with an APAT round as icing on the cake, as it were. But I know you guys are here for the mouse. At least I hope you guys are here for the mouse. It is the most... It's just so dreamy. It's so heavy. It's so... impractical is the word, Guppy. You want another Cheerio? And I'm a terrible like sucker. She's totally got me. Oh, there you go. She's got me wrapped around her teeny sticky little fingers. But what was I saying? Right, ground strike and the Narwhal. We're gonna take out the mouse again, so don't worry. I can tell that our team is getting rolled, and we get a very lucky shot into that T-44, and it sort of looked like to me that we exploded his fuel tank. Now that's a rare thing. It used to be that Soviet fuel tanks would almost never explode, but American fuel tanks would, and I suppose that sort of makes sense from a fuel base perspective. You know, if you have, I know that Americans tended to use more gasoline style engines, and Soviets are famous for their diesels. We YOLO into that KV-2. The Lavochkin gets credit for the kill, and seeing that our team is on its last legs, I consider, should I take out the Leopard and have a solidly performing gun, the ability to peek over hills? You know what? Forget that. It's mouse tank day, so we use a backup, and I'm just like, I'm smiling at this point, right? I'm just doing this for the fun, for the laughter, and I'm already taking shots because, of course, the mouse has 2 houses worth of profile. We're getting a nice look at that IS-6, but the grindingly slow turret traverse of a stock mouse is not even enough to keep up with him until the last second. We get a shot into the side of his turret, and great job on that gunner for lining up with the commander exactly where he told him to go. That's a neat mechanic you can use with the binoculars. If you guys are not using binoculars to look over terrain and to line up your shots, especially with certain tanks, I highly recommend you get into the practice of doing so. And you know, I call him a baby girl guppy, but I'm the one that has the memory of a goldfish because I just put a shot into that IS-6 that I had just killed. A shot goes into us, taking out our transmission, and because Sven forgot to bring spare parts with us, again, the same guy who didn't bring the extinguisher, right? He's definitely getting fired after this, possibly out of a cannon. We're gonna cannonize him? Anyway, I'm trying to get shots lined up around the side of this building, but I can't quite get a view at the enemy, and he doesn't have anything good to shoot at, so he's just planking off the side of my turret continuously. So we're at something of an impasse. The mouse turret armor is notoriously poor, but you know what? That big old gun can still do work, and if you angle the turret, there's no worries. It's just too bad that the frontal armor is so anemic, but again, that just adds to the charm of this vehicle. So we've already managed to get 2 kills from a end of the match, just spawn, you know, infiltration scenario, and we're surviving round after round from these enemy tanks. And again, trying to get a look at the enemy, but I just can't see, especially through the trees. Is he on the other side of that house? I can't tell. But we're getting massive points, right? We're getting our YouTuber cred for playing the mouse in a way that really shows off its abilities, even though I'm no pro in this tank, right? This is a first impressions. I'm a mouse tank noob, but already I'm in love with this thing. There's nothing like it in the game. Heavy armor. So what else can be said? I was talking about the fact that I don't have a repair kit, and of course that means that I won't be moving from this spot. But the mouse, she is a bunker, yeah? So no problems. And if I sound like I have a really poor accent, well, you know, the more I use it, the better I'll get, right? I love different languages and how people sound differently with their accents and dialects. We fail the mission, but we get first place in our team. 6 kills, 2 deaths. Not bad at all for a stock mouse. A lot of those kills were harvested with the mouse. One of them was a miracle shot with the Narwhal, or the Narwhal, I should say, through the top armor of a T-44. That was satisfying. I like to see T-44s suffer. They've had their time in the limelight. It's time to make way for the true medium tank of the game, the mouse. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Just sharing some fun times with you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.